When I was on tour in Europe, we were playing a festival with the band Iron Maiden in Milan, Italy, like, I don't know, 20 some years ago. And
Right.
I got the chance to go watch from the soundboard, but above the soundboard where they have the big scaffolding, it's like the greatest seat in the house. It's a soccer stadium. And I started pissing because I didn't want to get down from the scaffolding and walk all the way through the crowd to the bathroom. And the piss started leaking onto the soundboard. And I was like, holy shit, because it was metal grating under me. And I was like, if the soundboard goes out because I pissed on it, 20,000 Iron Maiden fans are going to kill me. So I crossed my legs and I had to soak it all into my pants. Oh, there we go.
Wow.
So, yeah, I have a history of pissing at concerts, yeah.
You got a lot of history behind you. Not just in pissing. Vomit, too.
All kinds of fluids.
Yeah. Richard's gross. Really is.
Yeah.
Richard is smelling gross today. Richard is smelling gross today.
I was watching...
I was potty trained by shitting in the yard.
I was watching a video of Wolfgang Van Halen, who's a really talented musician.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's got the Van Halen blood running through him, but you know that's too simplistic. He obviously worked hard at becoming a musician, but he was playing the drums, and the kid's a really good drummer. And I was thinking about you immediately with the drumming. I mean, you were really, really good. I mean, to be voted the best heavy metal drummer by a legit, metal magazine and all that shit.
Thanks.
And then, like, you didn't go anywhere. It's fucking maddening. All that work.
I gave it up to work for you, Howard, and it was worth worth.
Well, you gave
Well,
it
it was
nothing.
because it wasn't going anywhere, Richard. You didn't leave Metallica to come work here.
But I
You
was
left a
touring.
band that couldn't make any money.
I was touring the world. I mean, I did okay. You know, I felt like if you can just pay your bills from playing music, like everybody dreams of being the rich rock star. To me, my dream was to be able to just pay my bills through music. And I was able to do that about 6 months out of the year, but then I'd be an electrician the rest of the time. But I got to see the world. I played in my favorite band, Death. So I consider my drumming career a big success. You know,
Yeah,
even
but
though,
just think, if you had picked the right band, you could be like this super rich rock star.
But see,
Like
my problem is my passion is with a type of music that doesn't make you a lot of money.
Yeah, but, the guys in Metallica were in the same boat, and they stuck to their passion, and they ended up, making a huge career out of it. It's a shame is all I'm saying. Because you're good. You're as good as some of those guys.
Oh, thanks.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Somebody must think so.
Well, I mean, the thing is...
when he says he was successful because he got to tour the world, I mean, the guy would come home to a storage unit and shower with a hose.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
could
it's
pay
not...
the storage bill. That's what he's
Yeah.
saying. Like, I worked and I got to pay my storage bill.
Yeah, I had
Like,
real
I
cheap
figured-
bills.
What were you like after a world tour? You'd be like have made like $15,000 maybe or something.
No, probably 3,000 or 4,000. But to
Oh,
me,
you didn't even make it.
no. But to me,
That's what I mean. You weren't even
it was a
even
lot.
paying the bills. I mean, you weren't really living.
No, that's why I lived in a storage unit. It was cheap. It was like $100 a month. But
I get it.
I'd come back off a tour and I'd have, to me, that was a ton of money.
See, this is the reality of rock and roll. Not the guys like Led Zeppelin or the bands that we know and have become very wealthy at it. All the guys with a dream who are proficient in music. Like Richard's really good, but guy made $3,000 on a world tour. What kind of fucking world tour is that?
I don't even know how they made it back home.
And even worse, he got. Let me give you a number. You ever hear the number 0? 0 pussy. Right? You never got laid on the road.
Never.
Not one girl ever said, wow, that guy's fucking, like, he's such a phenomenal drummer. I want to fuck his brains out.
10 years without getting laid from like 19 to 29. Yeah. No,
I mean, that's impossible. It's just impossible.
Hey, it was the 90s. I was in a death metal band. It was, rough times for having women at shows. But the
Imagine you get home from a world tour and you made $3,000.
I was making like $500 a week or something, and we'd be out for a month or two.
The door to your house has a gate, not a door.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
a gated community, Robin. I was in a gated community. But the thing is, too, Howard, like,
Did any of the guys in your band, what was it, Death?
yeah,
Was the band?
I was in a few, but Death was the big
Did
one.
any
yeah.
of those guys get laid, or were they
Yes.
all as? Oh,
No,
they
they did. Chuck,
How did they get laid?
Chuck, who unfortunately passed away in 2001, he was a really handsome guy. Women like loved him, and
Yeah.
he's like a heavy metal god. And yeah, there were a lot of women that were into him. I don't know. I never really tried.
What happened when you walked into the room? Did the women scatter?
They ran, yeah. I had zero confidence in myself too, except for the drumming part. So
No, you just think some girl would have you know how